4 months after the death of her husband, a woman on the brink of motherhood is tormented in her home by a stranger woman who wants her unborn baby.
Il y a une dame très étrange devant chez moi, elle faut dire super vite. Je sais pas ce qu'elle me veut, elle connaît mon nom, elle connaît son histoire, moi je suis enceinte.
Technically, I was gonna watch a different movie called Inside that a friend of mine has recommended, but then I mixed it up with this movie and I was kind of like, I don't know, is this really the movie I was supposed to watch? And while I was watching this film, I always thought, okay, this is the movie he recommended me, and I was like, oh my god, it was such a good horror film, which, you know, I kind of spoiled what I thought about the film right there. I was like, oh my god, I really like the film in general. And he was like, the horror film? No, it's not a horror film. It was a comedy film I was recommending you. And apparently there's a comedy film called Inside. It's really independent, so I don't know. I couldn't find it on IMDb. I couldn't find it anywhere, so it's a French film made in 2007. Also independent, but it's kind of special. I'm sure some of you guys who have been searching for this review has already seen the film by now. I don't know what you guys were expecting before watching this film, except knowing that, oh, it's probably going to be blood and gore, and it's going to be a horror film, and they're going to speak French. That's it. I don't know what I was expecting. A movie where the main character is pregnant and running away from some crazy stranger. That could have been boring. That could have been cliche. It could have been like, oh my god, it's all about the baby, which the movie is about. But the movie also becomes something completely different than it originally is about, like I read in the plot synopsis. I'm not going to spoil what the movie eventually becomes later down the road, because the movie ends what it's supposed to be about. It starts where it's supposed to be about. But when you're on your way from the second act to the third act, it eventually just becomes something completely random. And I can understand why somebody would say, I did not like that part of the film, which is, again, completely understandable because it didn't get explained at all why that happened, but it just did. And I kind of liked it because the movie already was all over the place from the beginning. I felt like this was an experimental French horror film. It was not just scary. It was gory as fuck. It was way more gory than I thought. I was like so surprised. I was almost flinching over how gory it was. Sometimes a movie can become too gory where to the point it's not even scary. It's just funny and it's just, oh, that's just over the top. And the movie is a bit over the top, but when it's over the top, you're still flinching and thinking, oh my god, somebody's probably died like that. Oh my god, somebody's probably lost an arm or something like that. They probably lost that much blood. Like, they did an awesome job with the makeup and the entire costume and entire set. The acting was also really good, but one of the big things that made me stop, not really loving the film that much was that even though there was a story and motivation behind why this stranger wanted to kind of do the things she wanted to do, because the villain is the stranger, and the person who owns the house, who lives in it all alone, is the one who we follow and the one we care about. Eventually, you hate the villain so much, but when it's being revealed why the villain is so villainous, you're kind of like, oh my god, I understand now why you are like that. Of course, I wouldn't do it that way, but this is a horror film, so of course, in that fashion, it's really understandable why you do this. So then you're all of a sudden like, okay, I kind of still want to side with the main character, but now I'm also siding with the villain a little bit. And there are several characters being introduced into the film. I'm not going to say how, I'm not going to say who, but let's just say nobody's almost working with each other here. Sometimes people have to work against each other. Sometimes people have to work with each other. And then going back to hating each other. And it's kind of like this complete mess where I'm like, oh my god, this is so experimental. What the fuck is going on? It's really hard to review this film without spoiling it. So that's why I'm going to say, go check out Inside. If you really care about horror films that are really good, and you want to see some independent ones, because usually those are the good ones, go watch Inside. Now, I will tell you this. I didn't know what my official thoughts for this movie was 2 months later after I saw the film. I don't know what I'm feeling right now. The way it ended and everything, I'm like, do I like this? Do I hate this? Did I think it was split? What did I feel about this film? And although I can understand when somebody would say that was too extreme for me, because it is very extreme. I appreciated the hell out of this film, and I think that's the most important part. So although I didn't love the film, I really did enjoy it, although that sounds very fucked up. As much as I'm sitting here thinking, oh my god, it was so crazy, at the end of the day, it's a very dark film. So don't expect this to be like a, oh, popcorn, so funny horror film, oh my god. I wouldn't take your date or your girlfriend or your new best friend to watch this film. Because if you recommend this film to anyone else who is not a movie enthusiast, especially when it comes to gory horror films, they will look at you differently. I couldn't recommend this movie to my mom, for example. She would adopt me the fuck away if I did that. However, I could recommend this movie to other fucked up friends I have. I mean, that kind of explains how I am, right? So if you have a weak stomach, try staying away from this film. But if you think you can handle it, and you think you can handle a pregnant woman being tortured, give it a shot. Go watch this film. Buy it on Blu-ray if you have to. It's hard to find, but if you can find, it's not illegal. I'm making out to be like, oh, it's so impossible to find this movie. No, it's not illegal. You can watch it. It's just, it was way gorier than I expected. So, just a fair warning. I'm going to give Inside a 7 out of 10. Really good. Go watch it. Again, if you have a weak stomach, maybe not. But if you think you can handle it and you are a horror movie, gore, blood movie enthusiast, definitely give this one a shot and recommend it to other ones who are within the same, who has the same interest of those type of films as you. But I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have ever seen Inside, did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? And also, if you're going to talk about spoilers, if you have seen the film, by the very few people who have seen it, have a spoiler tag in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.